Good afternoon, welcome to Craven Park. Tremendous noise and atmosphere for the second Hull derby of the season. This time Hull Kingston Rovers at home to the Hull Sharks. And a lot at stake for both sides. Even if there weren't, this would be a tremendously intense, exciting affair. But the tremendous amount at stake for both sides. Hull, of course, unbeaten at the top. A little bit more pressure put on them by Huddersfield winning at Dewsbury on Friday night. The gap at the moment, 3 points. Hull need to win today to re-establish the 5-point lead and take that step closer to the Super League. Rovers, after a promising start to the season, really down at the other end of the table and very, very close to the relegation dogfight. And they too desperately need a win. So the two sides of their line-up. The Hull side, first of all, Steve Holmes is at full-back, Chico Jackson, Glenn Lydiard, Tavita Baikona and Mark Johnson making his full debut. Paul Crook also making full debut at number 6 with Gary Lester at 7. Mark Hewitt out with a shoulder injury. Steve Craven, Jason Donoghue, Andy Ireland, Andy Fisher, David Boyd and Matt Schultz. On the bench for Hull today, Richard Wilson, Peter Wheeler, Graham Hallis, former Rovers player of course, recent signing for Hull, and Rob Nolan. The Rovers side, Bob Everett is at full-back, John Adams, Darren Hutchinson, Rob Darcy, Paul Rouse, Gary Atkins and Stanley Jean, Andy Dannett, Richard Chamberlain, Craig Hardy, Rob Wilson, Paul Fletcher and Chris Charles. On the bench for Rovers, Alf Goldborn, Sean Ho, Richard O'Brien and Des Harrison. The referee today is Mr. John Connolly. It's a fine sunny day, pretty warm out there, quite a breeze blowing from right to left down the ground. Rovers have got it first half. They kick off straight over the dead ball line. Penalty to Hull on halfway. Hull on paper looking the stronger side, but derby games notoriously difficult to call. Rovers will take heart from a very strong, spirited display in the first derby game and will struggle to win the game. Andy Ireland takes the first hit up of the game. Donoghue to Craven on the short side. Tackle just inside Rovers' 40-metre line. Donoghue acting half. Lester. The penalty against Rovers, a bit of a real fight going on between Andy Fisher and a Rovers player, and all players coming running in. Rob Wilson, the man involved, I think, for Rovers. Former Hull player, of course, has been known in the past to be on a short fuse. Bit of an old-fashioned derby start, Brian.
Yeah, a real old-fashioned derby start. Andy Dannett being called in, but I thought it was Rob Wilson involved there. But Dannett getting the talking to. Obviously, Rovers wound up for this one, as they have to be. But it's a penalty to Hull. Andy Fisher being called across. So they're all going to take a short one. Boyd. Schultz switches. Oh, good run by Schultz. Lester goes. Oh, good tackle by Everett. Really picked him out. Crook. Again tackled by Everett. Hull going left by corner. Oh, good tackle. 3 Rovers defenders there. Donoghue. High kick. It'll hold up in the wind. It does. Boyd. Donoghue. Back to 6. Off a Rovers hand. Matt Johnson. Penalty. For dumping Johnson the tackle. I think Holmes will go for goal from here, Steve.
Yes, put a bit of pressure on Steve Holmes. as the reserve goal kicker. Mark Hewitt, of course, been in such deadly form. And Steve Holmes' record of goal kicking this season is actually 100%. Kicked 1 out of 1 at Whitehaven that got Hull the point there. And he gets this early penalty shot. Rovers penalised for the second time the match. Some fierce early exchanges. Big crowd here, but not a sellout crowd. Steve Holmes puts it through the middle. Good kick by Steve Holmes. Hull Sharks take the early lead, 2-0. So it's Steve Holmes to restart. Taken by Charles. Injury doubts over Chris Charles before this game, but he's made it, so is Stanley Jean. Rob Wilson, tackled by Boyd. A penalty against Craven and Boyd for holding down. The Rovers make a good touch and will start play 40 metres from the Hull line with Chamberlain. Andy Dunnett meets Steve Craven. Here comes Craig Hardy. Ball comes loose. Play on. Fletcher beats a tackle. Gets the ball away to Chamberlain. Back inside to Chris Charles. 16 metres away. Jean. Reverse ball to Darcy. Jean. Tackled about 17 metres away. Chamberlain. Charles kicks through, useful one. Steve Holmes has to make it dead. Good kick by Chris Charles, good teasing kick into the corner. But Holmes was alert. The Rovers have taken 1 or 2 beatings in recent weeks, but they look very determined today. And it's Glenn Lydiard to restart for Hull. Trapped by Jean. Rob Wilson meets by Kerner and Johnson. Just short of the 20. Rovers with a good attacking opportunity again. Jean. Atkins. Everett. In for injured fullback Mike Fletcher. Short side go Rovers with Andy Dunnett. Onto the ball to the wing. With Adams, who was just held up short. Charles. Everett just 8 metres away. Jean takes them on. He's going to score. I think is over. Jean scores. Just showed the ball, went through a gap. And the tackle came too late to stop him. And Rovers have started very positively, Brian, and a good try.
Yeah, it was a good try. Just a double. Showed his pace and his strength to go over in the corner, but 2 good sixes before that by Rovers. Simple stuff, but playing with a lot of confidence because they've got the wind and the sun in this half, Rovers, and they need to put some points on the board, and they certainly have done that. So it's 4 points to 2 with a penalty to come. With the conversion to come. Good kick by Everett. Just inside the left-hand post. So Rovers are leading by 6 points to 2. Fisher. Ireland. Schultz on the drop-off. Craven. Good 4 men in the tackle for Rovers. Chico Jackson. Again, 4 men in the tackle for Rovers. Last tackle. Goes towards the touchline. Just fine touch. And it does. Good kick by Leicester. So Stanley Jean to feed. Jean. Good tackle by Schultz. Charles had a good game at Boulevard earlier in the season. Hard-working loose forward. Dannett. Tackle by Ireland. Hardy. Hutchinson. Little kick through, it should be Johnson's ball. Tiz picks it up. Tackle by Hutchinson. The corner. Good tackle by Rob Darcy on the corner. Schultz. The penalty. Darcy not letting Schultz play the ball. So certainly all on the right side of the penalty so far, Steve.
They are, and a very intense game. Rovers tackling tremendously well at the moment. Great numbers and ferocity. They've got to try and draw this sting. Craven plays it on the 20-metre line. Here comes Schultz. Already working very hard for Hull. Seen a lot of the ball. Ireland manages to get within 6 metres. Full set to go short side. Craven. That was well spotted. Ball thrown away by Craven. Rovers possession. Jean. Nice ball away. Stanley Jean certainly ticking in the middle of the field. Chico Jackson had to make a vital tackle there. Here's Fletcher. Ball away to Atkins. Finds some space up the middle. Almost up to the halfway line. Charles drops off. Fletcher again involved into the Hull half. Chamberlain from acting half picks up and goes. Gets the ball away. Hull don't come in up. Jean. Charles. 25 out. Jean goes for a drop goal and gets it. Comes up with another point. Well, again, another good set of 6 by Rovers, Brown. Plenty of variety and good support play.
Yeah, they're certainly going forward. They're going forward better than Hull are at the moment. They're making more of the 6 tackles. Got a good roll on there, Rovers. So it's 7 points to 2. And certainly Rovers playing with a lot of spirit. Mark Johnson fields the ball. Tackle by Wilson. Finished off by Atkins. Donahue. Johnson. Penalty. Rovers holding down. I don't think they complain about this because clearly they are holding down. Oh, bad kick. So Everett. Poor play by Hull. Bit of panic by Hull. Stanley Jean. Everett. Tackled by Schultz. Dannett. Good run by Andy Dannett. Hardy. Jean. Nice kick throw, should bounce up for Holmes. But a good chase by Rovers. But Holmes gets out of his man. Right corner's away. Right corner. Right corner. Right corner. Yeah, try by right corner. Nearly made hard work of it, actually. Left the Rovers defence in tatters there, Steve. Nice ball from Stephen Holmes to Vicona, and Vicona's outside of Everett. Everett only checked him, and then Paul Fletcher chased valiantly and put him under a bit of pressure. Actually stopped him putting the ball under the posts. But a great try that for Hull, and they really needed it.
They did, and it was some of the Rovers kicked through. The chase wasn't good enough, and Steve Holmes bust the tackle. And had the awareness to see that Rovers were shorter defenders on their left-hand side, and Vicona had he was always going to win the race from there once he got past the first man. Oh, what a spectacular try. And that play started just 10 metres from the Hull line when Steve Holmes collected the kick. And Steve Holmes now has the chance to put Hull back ahead. Which he does, safely converted. Steve Holmes' second success. It's the Hull Sharks 8, Hull Kingston Rovers 7. Referee having a word with a couple of players, Andy Ireland and Andy Dannett. Obviously some confrontation between the two of them. Seems to have been settled quite amicably. So it's Steve Holmes to kick off. Cracking game this is turning out to be. Rouse as Adams brings it for Rovers, meets a big tackle from Schultz. Charles, just outside the 20, some good fierce Hull tackling now. Here's Wilson, stepping off his left foot. Chamberlain from acting half, short side comes Darcy, the centre. 8 metres away from the halfway line. Jean, Andy Dannett. Ball comes loose, referee gives a penalty. 2 Hull men in the tackle, he says reefed away. Not sure if it wasn't the impact there, but maybe Andy Ireland went in to take it away, so Rovers have the penalty just inside their own half. And Everett, who's been entrusted with the kicking responsibilities, gives him a very good attacking opportunity. 22 metres, 25 metres out from the Hull line. Here comes Andy Dannett, but loses the ball. Oh, bad mistake by Andy Dannett. Just a bit over keen there. So it's Gary Lester to feed this scrum. Vicona. Fletcher breaks well from the scrum with Charles to stop him. David Boyd. Up to the 40-metre line. Donahue. Schultz. Back inside to Chico Jackson, who is going to stop 5 metres short of halfway. Lester. Craven through a big gap, Steve Craven. All inside to Holmes, who took it brilliantly. Now Vicona. Vicona still going. Inside to Crook, 5 metres away. Beautiful play by Hull. Can they finish it off? The corner. Kicks through. It's come bounced nicely for Fletcher, who takes it. Superb play by Hull. Brilliant attack. Jean. Getting outside the 20. Good run by Stanley Jean. Charles working very hard. That Rovers pack. Chamberlain finds a bit of gap, bit of a space at acting half. Andy Fisher getting the tackle. Jean. Hutchinson. Well tackled by Lydiard and Schultz. Back to the open side. Here comes Andy Dennett. Safe in his handling this time. He's taken play 8 metres inside the Hull half, and it's the 5th and last tackle. Comes way back to Everett to kick. Measures his kick for the corner. It's going to go dead, I think. Yeah, touching goal. Hull restart on the 20. Well, Brian, what a cracking game this is turning out to be.
Excellent. That was certainly the best attack of the game by Hull. Good interplay. And Paul Crooks stopped about 5 yards short. Leicester. Really bang down. Fisher. Good tackling by Rovers. Andy Ireland. Andy Ireland gets rid. Schultz. Oh, Chico Jackson knocks on. Not a good ball really, but I think he should have taken it. Paul Fletcher just making his way back into play. I think he took a bit of a knock in the last passage of play, so it's Rovers head and ball. Good attacking position this for Rovers. Atkins. Everett. Tackled by Crook. Jean. Fletcher. John Adams tackled by Jackson. Dannett. Gets rid to Jean. The gap in front of him. Oh, he misses the gap actually. Goes looking for another one, but a good run by Stanley Jean. Causing us some problems. Atkins. Charles, good ball, Darcy in the gap. Rob Wilson. Hull ball, knock on. Oh, really, Rovers should have scored then. It's a simple 2-on-1, Steve, really. Rovers should have scored. As it is, knock on, Hull's head and ball. Real let off for Hull.
Big gap created for Darcy, but just that knock on at the end saved the day. Well, Rovers aren't playing like a side at the bottom of the table. Plenty of variety in their football. As Matt Schultz brings the ball away from the scrum on the short side. Johnson. Good 10 metres by Mark Johnson. Donahue picks up and goes from acting half. He also makes good 10 metres. Hull have made 25 metres since that scrum. And here's David Boyd. Nice ball to Chico. Glenn Lydiard beat the first man. Out to Gary Lester, who's going to score in the corner. Great reply by Hull. What a good try. Well, really made by the experience of David Boyd, who hit the line. The tackle wasn't quite tight enough. He got it away. Looked as if Glenn Lydiard was off balance, but kept his head well. Gary Lester supporting. Good half-back shot on the outside and scores 10-15 metres in from the far touchline. Well, the Rovers miss at one end and a Hull try straight away at the other. But really, Brian, that based on some very, very good work from acting half-back in the first 2 or 3 plays. First Johnson, then Donahue, getting the Rovers defence backpedaling. They moved across the field crisply, and the support excellent. That makes it 12-7. Kicks and converts. His third success. Mark Hewitt at the moment not being missed for his goal kicking. Very cool, Steve Holmes. What a fine game he's having. Set up the first try. Converted 3 goals. It's 14-7 to the Sharks.
So it's Hull KR 7 Hull 14. I see Chris Harrison's on. So it's a straight swap. I thought there was two substitutes. There's just a straight swap. Des Harrison for Andy Dannett. Well, kick for Gene. Oof. Well picked up by John Adams. Charles. Hutchinson. Des Harrison. Wilson runs behind to play the ball. Good tackle by Schultz, by Boyd, I should say. Read that well. Hardy. Oof. Hardy gets hammered there. Last tackle. Atkins. Jean. To Charles. Ball's lost. Last tackle. And that time, Rovers didn't make any ground in the 6. Fisher. Oh, good ball to Andy Ireland. Makes good yards, Ireland. Strong man. Finally put down by Wilson Atkins. Penalty to Hull against Wilson, pulling the ball out. Two-man tackle. Oh, we'll put this into touch, I think. Richard Wilson coming on for Steve Craven. So it'll be Lydiard to put it into touch. Now, Richard Wilson's been in excellent form this season, all back in a good attacking position, 10 metres out. Wilson. Tackled by Des Harrison. Leicester. Overrun there by Boyd. Crook. Ooh. Schultz goes. That's good tackling by Rovers. Keep him out. Leicester. Fisher! The corner! Oh, the corner's over! Rob Wilson. Again, it gets upset. Can't keep his temper, Rob Wilson. Good pass from Fisher. The corner just took the full-back over with him. Didn't bother to use the winger. Knew he was strong enough. And Rob Wilson, though well to stay on the pitch, he's certainly lost his rag at the moment. So I'm up to 18. Hardest kick that Steve Holmes has had so far, Steve.
Another good try. Very purposeful in that set. Hull moved it decisively. First to the left. Probe near the line with Mark Schultz on the left-hand side, then moved crisply back across the field. Andy Fisher into a gap to Vita Vicona to finish off. Steve Holmes curled it round through the middle. What a good kick from Steve Holmes. The Rovers have made more changes. 15, Sean Ho is on. And 16, O'Brien, Richard O'Brien. Chamberlain and Hardy have gone off. So the Rovers have changed the entire front row in the 3 substitutions. Charles has really brought it forward well for Rovers, just inside his own half. Everett kicks. It's going to bounce away on the hard surface, safely over the dead ball line. Hull restart on the 20 metres line. Wilson. And the Ireland. All very efficiently making the yards through the forwards. Leicester, Boyd. Good tackle by Charles underneath. Leicester picks up and goes. Lydiard, Schultz. Caught on the halfway line. Donahue. Well, Messi played the ball because Rovers' man was in the way. Fifth and last. Schultz kicks on the short side. Looks to find touch. He's going to force Jean back. Chico Jackson's chasing Jean. He gets him. No, he doesn't get away from him. What a good chase by Chico Jackson. That's the 0 tackle. Chico again in the tackle. Adams. Boyd and Fisher make the tackle. Wilson takes on Vicona, and Leicester doesn't get any change out of them. Des Harrison, great servant of Hull Kingston Rovers, Des Harrison. Oh, back to Everett, and the island puts a bit of pressure on Everett. That's a better kick. Oh, it goes through Stephen Holmes. He's got to field it in the in-goal area, which he does. Chico gets him away. Chico checks, but gets it away to Stephen Holmes, who makes big yards upfield. Oh, what a great return on the first play by Hull. Donahue from acting half. This time it's Redwell. But Hull are getting up and playing the ball quickly. Boyd out to Johnson. Johnson's got some space in front of him. Takes on Everett. Good tackle by Everett, puts him into touch. Well, a good rugby league, that good long pass from David Boyd, a strong run by Mark Johnson, a very good cover tackle from Bob Everett.
Yeah, excellent tackle. I think he was right to take him on with Johnson, because if he gets past, there was a try back then, but a copybook tackle by Rob Everett, who's done as well as anybody for Rovers so far. Highland being called out, not sure why. Jean, Atkins, Darcy. To O'Brien, who gets hammered down by Ireland. There's Harrison, tackled by Boyd, gets rid of the ball as well. Oliver, Charles. Pretty good tackling this by Hull. Rovers find it more difficult to break the line. Jean, Paul Fletcher gets rid to Wilson. Fletcher. Tackle, last tackle. Back to Everett, kick it deep. Good fan touch this time. No, yes he does. So, yeah, Chico Jackson and Steve Holmes let it go into touch. So it's Leicester's to feed. Chico Jackson gets rid of a corner. Whoa. Important tackle that by Chris Charles. Johnson running off. Johnson, loses it. Looks like a double knock on. The referee says play on. Rouse runs into a hard tackle by the corner then. Hull Rovers back in possession. Des Harrison. Tackled by Ireland and Fisher. Fletcher. Rovers lead to score before half-time. Gives up to fight for in the second half. Jean, Atkins, Jean, Darcy. Oh, good tackling by Hull. But Darcy did well, got away from the corner then. Rovers, Charles, Oliver, O'Brien, sorry, went hard for the line. Fletcher. That's tackle. Everett. Oh, well picked up, brilliantly picked up by Glenn Lydiard. When it was easiest to knock it on, Richard Wilson. Chico Jackson runs off. Good tackle by John Adams. Schultz. Ireland. Good run by Andy Ireland, who's had a pretty good game for me. Fisher, hold going right. Nice ball to Leicester, to Crook. Leicester kicks on the last tackle. So it's going to be Rovers play the ball just on halfway. Des Harrison will take it up, as he's done for a lot of seasons for Rovers. He hasn't been in the first team of late, he's been injured. Jean. O'Brien. Because whose father played for Hull. Jean. Wilson, tackled. Nice little move though, Jean, working hard. Atkins, Dummies goes. Rovers, 2 tackles left. Des Harrison. Tackled by Wilson. Oh, Jean. Ooh, can't get rid of it. Releases it. Picked up by Donahue. Holmes. Holmes was having a brilliant game for Hull. The corner. Chico Jackson. Chico Jackson loses the ball. Referee says knock on. I think he was right, actually. I don't know. Chico never really had control of the ball then. We're coming to the end of normal time in the first half. Atkins to Darcy. Hutchinson. Oliver drops off Harrison. Jean. Charles to Fletcher. Good wide attack by Rovers, but good covering by Hull. Oliver. Ball goes into touch. I think it'll be Rovers head and ball there, because I think it came off Glenn Lydiard. And it is. Des Harrison having a bit of treatment down here. So into injury time in the first half. So it's Atkins feeding. Jean. He'll go. Gets rid to Darcy. It's a gap for Darcy. Did well, Stanley Jean. Certainly opened up another gap. And the corners missed a couple of tackles. Jean. Drops off Atkins. Rovers going left. Wilson. And Wilson scores! Poor tackling again by Hall. I think it was Richard Wilson of the corner. Missed Richard Wilson just went over in the corner, nearly identical to the Jean try. And Hull's defence on this right-hand side, it's not that clever really. 2 tries gone down there. Right on half-time. With Everett with the conversion. Attempt right on the touchline.
This time well wide. He kicked one from there before, but that's gone well wide of the right-hand side. And there is half-time. That score very close to interval will give Rovers some help. But what a cracking derby again we've seen this first half. Some great football by both sides. At the interval, Hull had a great patch in the middle of the half. Rovers started and finished the half well, but Hull had a great patch in the middle. And it's 20 points to 11 for the Sharks at half-time. So we're about to restart the second half. What a cracking first half we had. Sharks ahead by 20 to 11. Andy Dannett's back on the field for Rovers, and off has gone Richard O'Brien. Don't see any changes on the Hull side. As Steve Holmes gets us underway. Charles takes play out of the 20, and Andy Ireland has got a knock. He's out. Absolutely out, flat out there. He is getting up. First tackle of the second half. Andy Ireland got his head in the wrong place. He's okay. Des Harrison. Hull have the advantage of the wind in the second half. Another Hull player down. Gary Lester. Jean. Long ball out to Fletcher. Out to Adams. Dannett. Offloads nicely to Ho. Atkins. Collared by Vicona. Finished off by Crook. Shots. Wilson kicks. Go for a speculative bomb. Taken by Steve Holmes. Been outstanding for Hull in the first half, and he returns it to the 40-metre line, where he's tackled by Ho and Jean. Johnson. Running from acting halfback. Makes a good 8 metres. Penalty against Rovers for holding down Andy Dannett. Chris Charles in there. Referee's been pretty tough on them. Well, they've managed to play the ball very quickly in that first half, and Rovers, because they're fairly intent on slowing things down. Good kick by Glenn Lydiard. Takes Rovers back 10 metres from their own line. Good use of the wind. Richard Wilson. Tackled about 5 metres short. Donoghue at acting halfback. Schultz comes back to the short side on a switch. Ireland, the decoy, Donoghue. Ball comes loose and forward. Schultz picks up in an offside position. Penalty to Rovers. A fine touch. 4 or 5 metres outside the 20. Here comes Des Harrison. Boyd in the tackle. Jean. Dannett. To the 40-metre line. Wilson on the switch play. Gets to halfway. Leicester and Vicona make the tackle. Atkins, Jean. Nice drop off to Fletcher. Takes a high tackle, says the referee, by Andy Ireland. To keep it down, penalty to Rovers on halfway. And Everett finds touch on the 30-metre line. So good attacking opportunity for Rovers. Here comes Des Harrison. Jean, Dunnett. Gets rid of Donahue, not quite. Andy Fisher there to help make the tackle. Wilson running from deep. There was good attack. Atkins, Jean. Reverse pass to Fletcher. It was well tackled. 3 Hull men in the tackle there. Read that well, stacking the short side, Dunnett. Fletcher. Back inside. Everett. Chance here. Oh, he's over. Oh, really, Hull very indecisive. Chico Jackson, all he could do was tackle him over the line. And Rovers back with a vengeance. Well, a really rather soft try there, Brian.
Yeah, really, almost conceded 3 soft tries. That was poor, the Hull defenders, particularly Chico Jackson, didn't come off the line. And now Rovers right back in the game. They've had made a good start this half. After Hull had bombed their chance from the penalty, Rovers came back with 2. Meds ground from 2 penalties, scored a good try. Looks a good one. No, wind just blew it out. It was good for 95% of the time, but the 5% that mattered didn't quite have the legs. But Rovers right back in the game now. 15-20, so it's only trying to go. And Rovers will be in front, so it's Everett to kick off. Keeps the kick low. Andy Fisher. Who's hammered into touch. Poor play that by Andy Fisher. And good tackling by Rovers. So it's Rovers head and ball. So Ireland off, Craven on. Or in off. Charles, good ball, Jean. Tackled by Leicester. Rovers going right. Des Harris charging for the line. Rovers going left. Wilson, lovely ball into the gap for Charles. Oh, and he throws it into touch. Would have been forward anyway, I think. But a good attack, good switch by Rovers. So Rovers will get Craven on now for Ireland. Another let off for Hull, Steve.
That was very well thought out play. Just the final execution that went wrong. And some relief for Hull to see the ball bobble into touch. And a bit of trouble at the scrum. Wilson. The referee wanting the scrum to go down again, is he? Looking to Andy Dunnett. It's a penalty to Hull. A bit of skullduggery in that scrum by Andy Dunnett, I think. Chico Jackson coming off and Graham Hallis coming on, a former Rovers man, of course. Lydiard makes touch just outside the 20. Here comes Craven. Oh, that's a bad tackle. Bad tackle by Des Harrison. Another several blue on here. Both sides. Still going on. Craven in it. And Fisher. That was a bad tackle by Des Harrison. The referee watching it carefully. Oh, had a bit of a dust up in the first minute of the game. Since then it's been very clean and hard at first, but very clean. But such is the tension out there, that high tackle from Des Harrison, really players lost control on both sides. All the referee do. Calling the captains over. They're calling Andy Dannett, Andy Fisher, Richard Wilson. Well, Dannett gets the red card. I don't think it was his tackle. Wilson gets the red card for Hull. One each being sent off. Richard Wilson for Hull, Andy Dannett for Rovers. Now he calls the captain. The referee and touch judges must have adjudged them to being most responsible for the fight that broke out.
Boyd. Fisher. Schultz. Forward a mile, that one. Poor pass by Schultz. I don't know how that controlling this mob. They had four more tackles to come. They were in the Rovers half. As it is, it's Rovers Edinburgh. Sheen, Atkin, Everett. Tackled by Schultz. Harrison. Good run by Des Harrison. Charles. Penalty to Rovers. Interference at the play, the ball back to Everett. I think Everett will go for a goal from here, actually. They won't. He puts it into touch. Keep the pressure on. Des Harrison again. Jean on the switch. Switches back the other way. Wilson. Tackled by corner. Jean. Fletcher. Tackled by Schultz. Rovers will go right. Charles working hard. Good tackle by Graham Ellis. First play of the game, Jean. Atkin. Jean. Nowhere to go at the corner. Darcy. Rovers going backwards at the minute. Get rid of it. Rouse. Rouse. Found a big gap, last tackle. Jean. Good ball, Atkin. Atkin moved up quickly. Schultz and Crook. Lydiard. Hallis running up. Hallis. Good run by Hallis. Had good yards. The corner. The corner. Boyd. Gets rid. Donoghue. The corner. The corner. Gets rid of it. Johnson. Drops off Schultz. Good attack by Hull. Leicester. Crook. Lovely ball to Fisher. Schultz. Good tackle by Darcy. Kick. Oh, well picked up by John Adams. Teasing kick by Crook. Gede. Good run by Stanley Gede. Good 20 metres. Everett will take it up. Tackle by Donoghue. Exciting game, Steve.
Classic. Bit of everything this game. Charles tackled well by Boyd and Fisher just short of halfway. Knock on. Chris Charles. Rare mistake for the loose forward. It was an outstanding game. Worked very, very hard. Doesn't like the decision, but little fumble there, John Connolly saw. All bringing on 15, Peter Wheeler for Jason Donoghue. Wheeler will go hooker. Acting now. Full possession. There goes Gary Lester. Tackled by Goulburn, who's on the field for Rovers. Who's replaced Gary Atkins. Craven. Midfield, 25 out Hull, going very much to the right. Look. Crook, oh, the ball comes loose. Knock on by both sides. Rovers had him ball at the scrum. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. 15-20 the score. A very, very tense game now. Gene feeds the scrum. Darcy gets it away. To Hutchinson. Harrison. Tackled 5 metres short of the halfway line. Wilson gets it away again to Hutchinson, back inside to Fletcher, who's worked very hard, run very strongly. It's a nice ball out to the wing to Adams. Comes back inside, Adams, still running. On the 20-metre line. Short side, Hutchinson. Looking to offload, does so to Charles Gene. Darcy, nice ball to Charles. Charles, he's got Everett away under the post. Bob Everett scores under the post, which should give Rovers the lead with the kick to come. Great variety in Rovers' attack and a very, very good try. They stood up in the tackle and supported very well. And Everett, the man who finishes off. 19-20 with the kick to come. Very good try, Brian.
Yeah, probably the try of the game. The interpassing was tremendous. And Darren Hutchinson involved on 2 or 3 occasions, did well. And Everett took the last pass across from the post, because he's really worked hard for Rovers. Good kick by Everett. Steve Craven. Fisher. The run by Fisher, couldn't get rid of it to Alice. Schultz. Penalty to Hull. No. So Holmes going for goal. It's 4 out of 4 up to now, but this is certainly the pressure kick. So that's like Darren Hutchins having treatment. So it's Holmes trying to put up Hull in the lead. Pretty straight, this kick. Certainly should have the distance, but the wind's swirling, and we said it's real pressure. Holmes, the boos from the Rovers crowd, as you'd expect. Don't take much time, and he misses. Just went past the left-hand post. So it's Bob Everett. Drop out. The corner. Tackled by Darcy. Johnson. Gets rid. Leicester. Boyd. Schultz. Leicester. Crook, Craven, Wheeler, Boyd, the corner. Schultz, Holmes, Fisher, Craven. Oh, throws it into top.
A mistake by Steve Craven. The play had broken down. Should just have taken the tackle. Some good approach play by Hull, but they are surrendering possession too often. Plenty of time to go. They've got to be patient. Jean from the scrum base. Been a real thorn in Hull's side today, Stanley Jean. Goalborn from acting half. Good tackle by Glenn Lydiard. Des Harrison. Takes play back towards the 40-metre line. Charles. Hutchinson. Fifth and last. Back to Everett for the kick. Puts it into space. Well taken by Mark Johnson. And tackled by Darcy, who's got through a lot of tackling for Rovers. Hollis. Wheeler. Gets to the halfway line with that run from acting half. Leicester drops off Schultz. Well met by Des Harrison, who read that very well. Vacona gets away from one. Schultz Holmes brings Johnson on the inside to back to the corner, into the 20. Good approach play by Hull. Wheeler floats one out to Boyd, but he's well tackled by Adams. Fisher, it's the last tackle, I'm not sure he's aware. Crook can't get the ball away. Support arrived just too late. It's the last tackle and the turnover. Thrills and spills all the way, Brian.
That was a better attack by Hull. Rouse. Better marker defence by Hull. Wilson. Colborne. Runs off. Tackled by Wheeler. Oliver. Oh, sorry, not Oliver. Oh. Colborne. Oh, good tackling by Hull. Last tackle. It's a better six of tackling this. Comes to Everett. Hangs in the air. Taken by Ellis. Who goes? Ellis. Good run by Ellis. Craven. All in a good attacking position. Boyd. Leicester. Crook. The corner on the drop-off. Good tackle by Fletcher. Leicester. Boyd goes. Nice ball. Schultz. Holmes will score. What a good try. Cool football. Lovely ball out by Schultz to put Hull back in the lead by 3 points.
Oh, tremendous try. Well, what a good pass, David Boyd and Matt Schultz. Steve Holmes and a man on the outside as well. Attack and counter-attack on this one.
No, it's had everything. It's had attack, a counter-attack, a bit of scrapping. 2 men sent off. It's more like a local derby, actually. So it's Holmes. He kicks it. Tell that the roars of the Hull supporters. That's 5 out of 6 for Steve Holmes to put Hull in the lead by 26 to 21. Rob Wilson come off, and Craig Hardy going back on for OKR. Had a good game, Rob Wilson. So it's Holmes. Long kick by Holmes. Oh, bounced up well for Chris Charles. Everett was at a mighty game. Rovers going left. Des Harrison. Big second half for Des Harrison. Hardy. Back after his rest. Makes good yards. Jean. Charles. Rouse. Can't pass it. Good tackle by Lydiard. Last tackle. Hutchinson. Should find touch, doesn't. Picked up by Hallis. Hallis. Gets hammered then. Holmes. Good tackling by Rovers. Powell. Craven. Loses the ball. Steve Craven certainly hasn't distinguished himself with his handling in this game. So Rovers' ideal attacking position. It's no good with his head in his hands as they get up with it. Stops the clock. Get some treatment. And Rob Nolan's come on for Hull, for Crook. Jane feeds. Hutchinson on the switch. Tez Harrison. Good tackle by Wheeler. Hardy. Oh, good tackle there on Hardy. It's Steve Craven. Hutchinson. Gets rid. Charles. Fletcher. Good Broughton field running. Everett. Good Broughton field running this by Rovers. They'll swing it left here. Hutchinson. Oh, Gene dummies. Last tackle. Chips. And Johnson makes it dead. Good kick through by Darren Hutchinson. They get Rovers another 6. So it's Lydiard in no hurry to restart. Jack Jackson on for Steve Craven. I think Lydiard, long kick into open space. Goldborn picks it up. Gets rid. Gene. Tackle by Chico Jackson. Hardy. Leicester makes the tackle. Fletcher. Switch, not switch. Gene. Everett tackled by Schultz. Gene, he'll go. Stopped a yard short. Charles, long ball. Oh, Alice does well then. Very well, Graham Alice, under a lot of pressure. Takes the ball out the air and takes 2 tackles at the same time. Lydiard. Alice, the corner. Valuable yard. Johnson. Oh, good tackling by Rovers. Wheeler. Wheeler. Throw into touch. Again, bad play by Hull. Well, we're in the dying minutes of this game, Stephen. Really, Hull are making a hard work of holding on to this 5-point lead.
Yeah, runs from acting half-back, but Wheeler going on the short side and getting picked up and bundled into touch, so he gives Rovers another set of 6 inside the Hull half. Hutchinson, Darcy, 30 metres out. Des Harrison, Hull falling off a few tackles, gets it almost to the 20. 4 of the 6 tackles to go. Hutchinson, Gene, Charles, Everett, midfield, Ho. Ball comes loose, Walls went back to the referee. Gene, almost through the gap, likes to show the ball and go. 4 of the 6 gone, I think. Short side, Hutchinson, Goulbourne, who's looked pretty strong since coming on, almost getting the ball away again, but Vaikona's got him. 5th and last, Rovers 18 metres out. Hutchinson goes for the bum. Holmes has to make dead. Bit of a desperation kick by Rouse, but it came off. So Hull have got to drop out again. I make it 5 minutes to go plus injury time. 4.5 points the difference. Oh, some people making their way from the ground. I can't believe this. Excitement levels tremendous. Lydiard, big kick. Gets played 10 metres inside the Rovers half. Well taken by Charles. Who returns it to Hull's 40-metre line. 5 tackles to go. Fletcher. Charles. Oh, Jean. Jean's away. He's got Holmes to beat. He's beaten him. He's beaten him. He's in. 10 metres from the far side. Well, Jean's been threatening to do that. Jean's been threatening to do that, and he's done it in the end. Hull have caught him a few times, but that time he got away and his pace was enough to round Holmes, and a lot depending on this goal kick. Steve Holmes never really got anywhere near him, Brian.
Oh, great try that by Jean, the goal kick to come. And he got a fancy if Rovers will kick this, will win the game. Ten metres in from touch. Into the breeze, not a great breeze though, it's certainly on the distance. Looks good. No, it is, and it misses. Oh, what a mess. Leaving Hull blown away, leaving Hull 1 point in the lead.
Well, what remaining twists has this game got? A check on this. Hull are ahead by 1 point. As Matt Schultz hits it up. Oh, good run by Schultz. Up to the 30-metre line, that's a good reply. Bacona from acting halfback. Chico Jackson. Oh, shouldn't be turning to look to offload, just make his yards. Wheeler. From acting half, still going Peter Wheeler. Gets it away to Bacona. Holmes for the corner. Back inside, Bacona scores to wrap it up for Hull. I think that'll wrap it up for Hull. Bacona the scorer. Some great work again by Stephen Holmes there. Oh, that's brilliant. So, well, we said he might have another twist, and he did, Brian. To beat Icona's hat-trick, and never more time we will.
Never. And this kick by Steve Holmes, who played his part in that try, that'll certainly seal the win for Hull. It'll put him 7 points in front. And although we've had a few twists and turns in this game, I don't see Rovers scoring twice in the time remaining. But you never know. It's that kind of game. Tremendous game. Says one of Holmes' easier kicks. Holmes kicks the conversion. We're into injury time now. This second half, thrilling second half of this derby encounter. Russ Walker on telling him to calm down. So it's 25 to OKR, 32 to Hull. And as we're into injury time, I think there's been a bit... There's the hooter! We haven't got time to restart the game. And Hull victorious by 7 points. Well, what a game, a tremendous game. We've had 2 great games in a row, but I think the football in this one was far better, a much more competitive game, tremendous game. And a lot of heroes out there. I don't know, man of the match, well, I think Steve Holmes must have been there and thereabout with the corner for his try scoring, but really, tremendous game.
was a lot of great performance on the Rovers side. Played, well, you say way above themselves, but a tremendous performance. I think Fletcher in the second row was outstanding for Rovers. Caused Hull a lot of problems. Charles worked very hard. Jean had an excellent game. Really, there wasn't a bad player on either side. It's been a tremendous match. An absolute classic. I doubt in the 100 years of Hull Rovers derbies in rugby league times that there's been a better in terms of excitement. Thrust and counter-thrust, and in the end, Hull, as they've done so often this season, battling through to victory when the odds were against them. When Jean scored a few minutes from the end, a lot rested on Everett's kick. He missed that one, but fine game he had otherwise. And then Hull clinching it in the last minute with Vicona's third try, and Stephen Holmes, who for me was Hull's man of the match, is converting yet again. The final score from Craven Park, a breathless Craven Park. Hull Kingston Rovers 25, Hull Sharks 32.
Jean. Nice kick through, should bounce up for Holmes. But a good chase by Rovers. But Holmes gets out of it, man. Back corner's away. Back corner. My corner. My corner. Yeah, try by my corner. Nearly made hard work of it, actually.
That scrum. Here's David Boyd. Nice ball to Chico. Glenn on the hand. Beat the first man. On to Gary Lester, who's going to score in the corner. Great reply by Hull. What a good try.
Lester. Fisher. Fisher. The corner. Oh, the corner's over. Rob Wilson. Again gets upset. Can't keep his temper, Rob Wilson. Fletcher. Leicester. Boyd goes. Nice ball. Shoots. Holmes will score. What a good try. Cool football. Lovely ball out by Schultz.
Wheeler. The left-wing half, still going Peter Wheeler. Gets it away to Vicona. Holmes for the corner. Back inside Vicona. Vicona scores to wrap it up for Hull.